experiencing in your society. Understand?
I'd like to know why so many people have closed minds to astrology and only few have open.
Oh, all right. Do understand, of course, that in a sense this is quite obvious if you simply take time to examine the history of your society. The focus of your society has, because it has forgotten its connection to all that is, focused only on the physically material issues of life. This is one of the things we were addressing with our opening remarks about self-awareness. That most people do not understand that self-awareness cannot exist if all you are is simply a physically focused or created being. When a society such as yours creates such a strong focus on physicality, then it assumes that everything must exist only within that physicality, and that anything that is not, as you say, solid, tangible, that can be directly tasted, smelt, touched, felt, heard, seen with your physical senses, therefore does not exist. This attitude, therefore, is obviously responsible for the denial of the existence of anything that is not immediately apparent to the physical senses. Understand? So, now that your society is beginning to realize that it is more than just a physical expression, now you are becoming more sensitized as a whole society to the fact that consciousness itself creates reality, and that what you call the physiological universe, the stars, the planets, the space, the time, that all of these things are actually the product of your consciousness, and that what you see in the exteriorized reality is actually a reflection simply of your own consciousness back to you, a reflection of your self-awareness, of the style of your self-awareness in this particular physiological format. Other beings, other consciousnesses in other universes express the reflection back to themselves in different ways. So they experience different universes through their version of physical senses. But the one you experience has a degree of commonality to many beings, because we share in a consensus reality, a telepathically reinforced agreement that we shall all experience the basic universe as a particular format, at least this particular universal reality. But now that you are awakening up to the fact that physical reality is actually created through your imagination, you are becoming more sensitized as a society to the idea that non-physicality is just as valid, that energy itself is just as solid as physical matter. It takes a little while for people that have been trained to only look at the physical to break away from that and include the non-physical energy as well, because a high degree of focus on the physical reality creates an ego structure that, if it is removed from the physical reality, panics. Because it thinks the physical reality is the only place that exists, and if all of a sudden you start forcing the ego structure that has been physically focused to look at non-physical reality, it thinks it's dying. Because it doesn't understand that non-physical reality is just as real as physical reality. That is the reluctance that you are experiencing in your society. Understand?
I'd like to know why so many people have closed minds to astrology and